Hello and welcome to Voice After 50, a podcast for women 50 and beyond who are navigating through this surprising, exhilarating and sometimes messy stage of life. I'm your host Beverly and I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to talk to you about something that I don't think gets discussed enough. I'm talking about being tired. Not the kind of tired that a good night's sleep fixes. Not the tired that comes from a busy week. I'm talking about the other kind. The kind that lives in your bones. The kind that's been there for so long it started to feel like just the weather. You know how you stop noticing the rain after a while, you just automatically reach the umbrella, you adjust, you carry on. That's what this kind of tired does. It stops feeling like a problem and starts feeling like just the way things are. If you know what I mean, stay with me. Because I think there are a lot of us, women over 50, who are functioning, highly functioning even, holding things together, showing up, managing, producing, smiling when we need to. And nobody around us has any idea how depleted we actually are inside. We've become so good at holding it together that we've accidentally made ourselves invisible. The world looks at us and sees someone who is coping. And because we're coping, it keeps asking more of us. And we keep giving it. Because that's the pattern. That's what we do. But here's what I want to say today, quietly, just between us. That smile costs something. And after years of it, the bill is significant. I've been thinking about rest lately. Not rest as a reward for finally finishing everything, because we all know everything never gets finished. But real rest. Guilt-free, uninterrupted, unapologetic rest. The kind where nobody needs anything from you. No demands, no deadlines, no responsibilities pressing in from every direction. And you can't stop trying because stopping doesn't feel like an option. It never did. Because there are bills that don't pause because you're exhausted. There are people depending on you who don't stop needing things because you've hit a wall. Stopping isn't a luxury that's available to you. So you keep going. Not because you're superhuman, but because you have no other choice. And because we manage so well, people stop checking if we're okay. They just assume. And we let them assume because admitting how we really feel seems like one more thing we don't have the energy for. And here's the thing, even on the rare occasions when someone does notice, when they look at us a little longer than usual and ask if we're all right, we brush it off. We've worn the game face for so long, it goes on automatically. I'm fine. And then a quick change of subject before they can look any closer. We've become experts at redirecting and making sure the conversation moves on before it gets too close to the truth. I want to take a moment to say something that I think we tend to forget. You weren't always this tired. Neither was I. There was a version of you before the years stacked up, before responsibilities multiplied, before you became the person everyone relied on, who moved through the world a little more lightly, who had energy that wasn't immediately claimed by something or someone else, who could sit still without feeling guilty about it. I'm not asking you to go back there. You can't, I can't, and that's not the point. Life has happened, and it has shaped us. And some of that shaping has made us extraordinary. But I think it's worth pausing to recognise that this level of exhaustion, this bone-deep depletion that feels like just the way things are, it wasn't always there. It accumulated, it built up over time, slowly, quietly, one responsibility at a time, 1 year at a time, one smile through it moment at a time. Which means it isn't just who you are. It isn't your personality. It isn't some fixed and permanent truth about you. It's the weight of a very long time of giving, giving, and more giving. And that woman who existed before all of this accumulated, she's still in there. Underneath the capable exterior, underneath the tiredness, underneath the years of it, she hasn't gone anywhere. She's just been waiting very patiently for a moment of quiet. And maybe this is that moment, even just for the next few minutes. Just let her breathe. I want you to do something with me for a moment. Just for a minute, put down whatever you're carrying. I want you to picture somewhere quiet. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be somewhere you've been. Just somewhere your mind goes when it allows itself to dream of stopping. For me, it's near water. A house with a porch, white chairs on a lawn that slopes gently down to the edge of a lake. It's that hour just before the light changes. Golden, unhurried, soft. There's a coffee in my hands, a real one, the kind I can actually taste because my mind isn't already writing tomorrow's to-do list. There's a boat on the water going nowhere in particular. And there is nobody needing anything from me. No noise bleeding through the walls from next door. No notifications, no obligations pressing in. Just the water and the light and the stillness. One chair, just mine. Not because I'm lonely, but because for once I'm at the centre of my own life. Not supporting cast in everyone else's story. Not the capable one, not the strong one, not the one who manages. Just me. Breathing, being, belonging to nobody's agenda but my own. I don't think that's too much to ask for. And I don't think I'm the only one who has a version of that place, that image, that longing. So I want to ask you, where is yours? What does your version of that stillness look like? What does it feel like in your chest when you let yourself imagine it, even for a moment? Because I think we need to let ourselves want it, really want it. Not dismiss it as unrealistic or self-indulgent or something we'll get one day when everything else is handled. That place, your version of it, it's not a fantasy, it's a need. And you are allowed to need it. You are allowed to want a life where that kind of stillness is possible. Where rest isn't rationed. Where you are not permanently last on your own list. You deserve that chair. I want to say something to you directly. And I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't fully taken my own advice here. I'm not recording this from the other side of having figured it out. I'm recording this on a day when I needed to hear it myself. So I'm not sitting here as someone who has mastered rest and boundaries and putting herself first. I'm sitting right next to you in this. And maybe that's the point. Maybe we say it out loud anyway, even before we've managed to live it fully. Because saying it is the beginning. Because naming it matters. Because somewhere in the saying of it, something shifts, even slightly. So here it is, for both of us. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to stop performing, okay? Not because you've earned it by finishing everything. Not because you've finally done enough. But simply because you are a person. And persons need rest and space and moments of just being without producing or managing or holding anything together. You don't have to have it all figured out today. You don't have to fix anything in the next 5 minutes. But I do want you to hear this. The fact that you're still here, still trying, still showing up, still hoping, after everything, after all the years of it, that's not weakness, that's remarkable, even when it doesn't feel like it. Today, if nothing else, I want you to give yourself permission to feel whatever is actually there. The grief, the frustration, the longing, the exhaustion. Not to fix it, not to turn it into a lesson or a plan, just to let it be there for a moment. Because sometimes the most radical thing a woman over 50 can do is stop pretending she's fine when she isn't. You're not alone in this, I promise you that. Talk soon. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and follow the podcast so you never miss an update. Also, follow and join me on Instagram at VoiceAfter50 and Facebook, where we can continue these conversations, share reflections, and support each other through all the twists and turns life after 50 brings. A quick note. The content of this and all podcast episodes is for general information and entertainment purposes only. It's not professional advice, counselling, or therapy. Please consult a qualified professional for any personal, medical, or psychological concerns.